morning, everyone. Let's get started just as usual, okay? We're seated or standing. We're really thinking about lengthening through the spine. Think of that space between each vertebrae, and we're going to chin tuck back for 10. Let's get ready and begin. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, good. Let's maintain that length throughout the spine. And now we're going to do our head turns, alternating sides, 10 total. Ready? And begin. 1, coming back to center. 2, other side. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. All right, let's get into our first block, which is our warm-up. I've got a hodgepodge of different types of formats for each block, so it should be fun. It should stay interesting. This first one, we're just going to go for a minute each, and we're going to start with marching in place. So if you're seated right here, standing, all right, just make sure you're getting that opposite hand and foot pattern, okay? That's really important here, opposite hand and foot. Let's get ready and begin. We're going to go for 1 minute here, okay? As you get into it, if you want to march it forward and back, you can, okay? Forward. You can just stay still too if you don't have the space for it. All right, we're gonna go into our 4 count chain breakers for the next minute. And we can do those seated or standing. Good, just trying to elevate the body's core temperature here. Really try to get those arms swinging, get those knees up. Excellent. We have 15 more seconds here. We're going to go right into 4 count chain breakers. 3, 2, and 1. So now we're standing stationary. We're going to pull apart for 3. 1, 2, 3, and on 4, we're going to open all the way up. 1, 2, 3, and open. All right. So you can see why it gets the name chain breaker, because it's like you're pulling a chain apart and trying to break it open. Okay. Warming up those posture muscles, those shoulders. Keep the glutes engaged if you're standing here. All right. That's going to help keep your core engaged by squeezing on your glutes. Getting a nice stretch through the front of the shoulders. And we're waking up those muscles in the back, okay? Think of what make us stand up nice and tall, all right? Good, we're gonna go into 4 count cherry pickers next. In 3, 2, 1, let's stand a little wider apart, or if you're seated, feet wider apart, ready? We're gonna reach out, middle, and then inwards and up, okay? Your feet are wider than your shoulders. Up, okay, so you should feel this nice stretch through the back of the body. All right. We have one more exercise, warm-up exercise move after this. That's going to be our backstroke rotations. Good, should feel those hamstrings warming up. Keep it going. Got about 15 more seconds. And we're going to go into those backstroke rotations. Warm up that thoracic spine. In 3, 2, and 1. Okay, bring your feet a little bit closer together here, arms out in front. We're going to backstroke, and then we're going to bring it around to the front, okay? Follow that arm with your eyes as much as you can, okay? Remember, we're just warming up, so it's not about forcing it into a position it doesn't want to go. It's just working through your own range of motion. All right, warming up shoulders and thoracic spine here. We're going to get into our first working block after this, okay? And that's going to be an AB, AB, ABCD. Good, few more seconds here. And 3, 2, and time. Excellent. All right, that is our little warm up there. Oh no, I'm sorry. Our first block's a Tabata, not and then we go into an ABCD. So our Tabata is going to help bring our heart rate up, continue to get our body warm. Okay, and we're going to start with a either you can do a body weight or you can hold a dumbbell here. Okay, and you're going to do a goblet press and march. Okay, so you can hold one weight here, up, up, up. What I want you to think about when you're coming up, whether you're seated or standing, I want you to think of your abdominals as lifting that knee up, okay? All right, so try to push, breathe the air out towards your spine, okay? Belly button pulls back, up, okay? If the weight is too much here and you want to do body weight, you can do that. And if straight overhead is too much, you can always come forward too, okay? With or without weight, all right? Our second exercise is our skater lunge, okay? So here's our first two moves, okay? Only 20 seconds per move, okay? Of those two exercises, your heart rate should come up, okay? If you're seated here, you're gonna tap, 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 and tap, tap, okay? These are your seated variations, all right? Tabata is 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of recovery for 4 minutes. Okay, that's 4 rounds total. So let's go ahead and start with our knee raise and goblet press, okay? Let's get ready and begin, okay? Remember, think of your abdominals as pulling that knee up. Work at your pace. You can take this as slow or as quick as you see fit. 5, 2, and 1. Excellent. If you've had the weight, put the weight aside, but somewhere close by. We're going to go into our side skaters. Here we go. Ready? Begin. So if you're standing, that back leg is coming behind. You're feeling this work on the side glute. 5, 2, and 1. Okay, grab that weight. All right, back to our press and knee raise. 3, 2, and 1. Round 2. Your pace, seated or standing. This block is only 4 minutes long. 2, and 1. Okay, weight aside if you're using one. Remember, you don't have to use a weight. Back to those skater lunges, okay? 3, 2, and 1. Push that hip out so you feel those muscles right here, right here, right here, okay? Turn them on. Getting ready for the work to come. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, top of round 3. We have 2 more rounds, okay? We're halfway. March and press, okay? Remember, these can be done without a weight. Remember, top Tabatas are shorter intervals that allow us to bring up our intensity a little bit because we're not going as long. And time, okay? Bottom of round 3, back to those skaters in 3, 2, and 1. Hopefully you feel your internal temperature elevating, getting a little bit warmer. Three, 2, and 1. Okay, final round. Okay, final round, and then we move on. March with press. 2, and 1. Here we go. Take your drinks whenever you need them. It's morning time. Sometimes we're still trying to hydrate after a full night of sleeping. Woo! 3, 2, and 1. Okay, all done with those. Just got to finish off with those skaters, okay? Whew. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Final 20 seconds here. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Excellent work. Okay, go ahead and recover. Get a drink. You should feel nice and prepared and ready for our next block, which is going to be our AB, AB, and then ABCD. Okay, 45-15. We're going to do a suitcase squat. Okay, that's going to look like as if you have weights. Okay, they're going to be on either side of your hand, like you're holding handles of a suitcase. Okay, and you're going to squat down, drive up, squat down, drive up. What I want you to remember to do is make sure if you ever feel your knees caving inwards, make sure you're keeping them pushed outwards, okay? That's going to keep your glutes on, right? And when you drive up, squeeze those glutes, push those heels into the ground, okay? If you're seated, alternating leg extension. This is your seated variation for squats, okay? All right, our second one, we're going to go into a body weight move, right? Straight arm pull back, okay? Just body weight. So you're not moving through the elbow, you're moving through the shoulder, okay? As you pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back, okay? So the elbow stays kind of locked here, all right? After that, we're going to do a hinge. No row today, just a hinge, okay? So it's going to be hinge, squeeze the glutes up, hinge, squeeze the glutes up. Okay, we're working that whole entire backside of the body here, okay? And that's going to look the same seated here, except for your weights are going to be out on the sides here, okay? All right, and then knee raise and pull down. So like our, similar to what we just did, but your pull down, you're giving a little rotation and we're not holding a weight and pressing it overhead, okay? All right, so lower body strength exercises paired with cardios, okay? So 45 seconds is going on the clock. We're starting with our suitcase squat, okay? And remember, seated alternating leg extension is your seated variation. Let's get ready in 3, 2, and 1, okay? So down, drive it up. I'll show you from the side here too. Feet are about shoulder width apart. Don't let the knees cave inward. Keep them pushing out. And I'm really pressing my heels into the floor and squeezing my glutes on the way up. Trying to keep my chest up. All right, you're going to be leaning forward, but you're not bending over like taking a bow. You're trying to keep your chest up here some. Almost there. 5, 2, and 1. Okay, weights aside if you're using them. Ham curl kickback. Remember, straight arm. We're just moving through the shoulder here. And in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. We're going back to those suitcase squats next, okay? This looks the same here. If you're seating, you're just toe tapping back, alternating toe taps back through the knee, joint. Should feel a nice stretch through the front of the shoulder here. 10 seconds. Now 5, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Back to our suitcase squat, okay? Take your drinks whenever you need them, okay? Feet are about shoulder width apart. Let's get ready and begin. We're gonna lower down. All right, like we're picking suitcases up off the floor. Like suitcases before they, like briefcases, right? Like suitcases before they had wheels. Make that mind muscle connection with your glutes. Press, 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 and squeeze on that way up. 10 more seconds here. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Weights aside. Straight arm. Push back with that ham curl kick back, okay? In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. We're going to our second AB next, okay? Remember, that's going to be our hinge and our knee raise and twist. Woo. 15 more seconds here. We're going to grab our weights and do our hinge movement. No rows. We usually do a hinge and row, but I put the rows somewhere else today, okay? 2 and 1. Woo. Get your drink if you need it. And remember, you can always stop early or start late if you need more recovery time. Otherwise, feet are coming right under your hips, toes are forward. We're gonna get ready to hinge. Here we go. So now it is more like taking a bow, right? Our chest comes down towards the ground. Our knees aren't locked out, but we're not really bending through the knees like we do with our suitcase squat, right? This is targeting more the hamstrings and the glutes, while that suitcase squat gets more of our quadriceps and the glutes. Try to keep a nice neutral spine. Find a focal point on the floor and just keep your head in line with your spine, staring at that focal point. 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Weights aside. Okay. Knee raise and twist. Right here. Okay. Looks the same seated. In 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. If the twist hurts for any reason, you can always just knee raise it. Okay. You don't have to put the twist in if you feel it's compromising. So lower body strength paired with cardio exercises. We're going to go back to those hinges after this. Go at your pace, your rhythm, your tempo. This is your workout, okay? I'm just here to guide you. 2 and 1. Woo, okay. Deep breath. We're going back to those hinges, okay? All right, so feet are underneath the hips, toes are facing forward. 3, 2, and 1. And hinge it down. Use the hamstrings and glutes to lift it up. core comes back, that navel is back towards your spine. Let's see how neutral my spine is here. You want to think about there's no rounding. Like I don't want to do this, right? Okay, because then I'm not engaged. All right. Hips push back towards the wall behind you. Spine stays neutral. Think about your hamstrings and glutes as is what is lifting your upper body up. 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Back to that cardio move. We've got that knee raise and twist. Okay, take the twist part out if it's uncomfortable, all right? In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. All right, this is our second AB. Next, we're gonna go all the way back to the top and put all 4 of those exercises together for one round. So suitcase squat is next. That's that first exercise. It's a lot of intensity today, so you do what's appropriate for you. Remember, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being you're sitting down watching TV, 10, you know, you're chasing somebody, time. You want to be somewhere around a 7 or 8, okay? All right, so back to our final set of everything, starting with our suitcase squat. Feet are about shoulder width apart. Okay, this is wider than our hinge. Okay, here we go. Down, drive it up. Press the heels into the floor as you lift. Take notice how this is different than our hinge movement here. You see how much more knee flexion there is in this movement? And our chest is more upright. Quality reps over quantity. Okay, if you feel your form breaking down, take a rest. 3, 2, and time. Woo. Weights aside. Final set of hand curls with that straight arm push back, okay? Here we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Think of shaking it all out, right? After this one, we're going into our final set of hinges. All right. Whew. 15 more seconds here. 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, and time on those. Okay, moving right along. Final set of hinging, okay? So back with our weights. Feet are right under the hips, toes are forward, okay? Let's get ready and begin. We're gonna push the hips back towards the wall behind us. Feel that stretch in the hamstring as we squeeze it up then. All right, stretch when we're at the bottom and then squeeze all the way up. Keep that belly button pulled back towards your spine, okay? Remember, quality over quantity, okay? If you're doing reps with that you don't feel are good form, take a break, okay? 10 seconds here. Now 5, 3, 2, and 1. Whew, okay. Last exercise in this 12-minute block. We've got our knee raise with the option to rotate over, okay? Deep breath, here we go. In 3, 2, and 1. seated or standing here. Excellent for cardio and heart rate, and also your core. Whew. 15 more seconds, and then we break. 10, 5, 2, and 1. Oh my. Ooh, get a drink, okay? Get a drink. All right. Next, I told you it's going to be a whole hodgepodge of different, it's a variety of different blocks today. Next, we're going to superset. We're going to work the arms, the front and the back of the arms, okay? So the intensity is going to come back, and we're just going to focus on feeling that mind-muscle connection. 30 seconds of work, 10 seconds of transition time, okay? 2 exercises, bicep curls, okay? Curl, curl, seated or standing, all right? That's the front of the arm here, the bicep, right? Paired with 30 seconds of kickbacks, which is the back of the arm now, right? The back of the arm, okay? So we're just alternating between those 2 exercises for 3 rounds. That's a 6-minute block, all right? So select your weight, okay? We're gonna start with bicep curls. You can be seated or standing for this. And what I really want you to remember is that your core should be engaged. You should be tucking, scooping, like if there was a glass of water here, it would spill back, okay? That's gonna keep you in good core engagement. Elbows are gonna stay close to the body. Let's get ready and begin. So lift up and down. It's like a welcome relief after that last block we just did, okay? Try to build that mind-muscle connection. Think about those biceps working. You don't need to have a lot of weight in your hand to tell the muscle to contract, okay? That is something separate than lifting up the weight, all right? Talk to your muscles, all right? Tell them to squeeze, okay? That was 30 seconds. Let's set up for our kickbacks now. Now we're working the back of the arm, okay? The opposing muscle group. Here we go. So when your arms are lengthened, squeeze. Seated or standing here, keeping that navel pulled back. Ten more seconds here, and then we go back to bicep curls. It's gonna be springtime before you know it. 3, 2, and 1, all right? We'll be wearing those short sleeves again, and we'll wanna shape up those arms, okay? So combination of cardio and strength training. Here we go, back to bicep curls. I want you to imagine that you're trying to pull your weights up through a bag of rice, a bag of sand, something like that, something that's going to create that resistance, okay? That's how you get that strong mind-muscle connection. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, back to triceps, okay? Kind of sinking, soft knees, sinking back into the hips a little bit, keeping the navel pulled back. Here we go, right? Same thing, think of that sand or that rice. You're pushing the weights back. Squeeze when the arms are lengthened. Good. 5 more seconds here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. One more time. Okay, one more time of each. All right, so again, tucking and curling and scooping. Here we go. Elbows stay close to the body. Up and down. Think about those biceps. Tell them to squeeze, all right? You can make the exercise harder with your mind. 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. All done those. Final set of kickbacks. Okay, and then we're moving on. All right. Hips slightly back. Ready? Begin. Remember, it's when those arms are lengthened for this kickback is when your triceps are fully engaged, okay? Tell them, work. Good, we're almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Excellent. Another block down there. So next, we are going to go into a 45-15. It's actually 2 exercises, but it's a single arm row, so it kind of seems like 3, okay? And it's going to be a 9-minute block, okay? So if you're standing, you can use the back of your chair, okay? All right, to split stance, right? I want you to think of your hips staying forward for your single arm row, okay? And you're gonna row, okay? Remember, when you're rowing, this is the muscle right here, your lat, that's what you're activating, okay? So I want you to really think about squeezing through that area, okay? We've got one side, and then we've got the other, okay? And then after that, we're doing lunges, okay? So we can do lunges. You can hold on to your chair if you need to. Some of you may be advanced if you do it without the use of a chair, okay? All right. So your seated variations are going to be single arm row. You can bring right here, okay? And then your alternating seated leg press for your lunge, okay? So this is if you don't want to stand or do a standing lunge, come here and do your alternating seated leg press, okay? So 3 rounds through, starting with our single arm row, okay? This is another 45-15, all right? So let me find my timer here, where'd it go? There it is, okay? Select your weight, okay? Starting with single arm rows. Okay, we're gonna start with all this one side of the body here in 3, 2, and 1. Okay, remember you can do these seated or standing, okay? Make sure the elbow doesn't come too far out to the side. You want to keep it somewhat close to the rib cage. Navel pulled back towards the spine. As we row up, we're using the lat muscle here. These are the largest muscles in the upper body, our lats, right? And the stronger our muscles are, the more metabolic we are, the more calories we burn at rest. So training these big muscle groups really helps make us metabolic, okay? Rest and recover. We're gonna do the same thing to the other side. So you're gonna split stance on the other side if you're standing here, okay? Let's get ready and begin. It's good to train single arm, single limb, so that our stronger side doesn't help out our weaker side. It helps iron out muscle imbalances we may have, which we all have some in some fashion or another. Good. 10 more seconds here, and then we're gonna lunge. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, weight aside. So either you're alternating seated leg press, or you can lunge. You can lunge with both hands on the chair, one hand on the chair, or no hands on the chair, okay? 3, 2, and 1. Step it back, lower down, drive up, return, okay? Once you have that rhythm down, you may find you can go a little bit quicker. But what's key here is always making sure that front foot, that heel should be attached to the ground, okay? If it's popping off, you're not getting the proper activation through the lunge like you should be. So you should work on adjusting your position of your feet to see if you can find that area where your heel is able to connect to the ground and that front foot. 3, 2, and 1. Back to upper body. We're going back to those rows, okay? All right, so going back to that first side that we started with. In 3, 2, and 1. All right, so we're working large muscle groups in the upper body and large muscle groups in the lower body. And by alternating these exercises from upper to lower, we're making that blood run up the body and down the body, up the body and down the body. We're making it work a little harder. Excellent. 10 more seconds on this side. 2, and 1. Okay, I'm gonna get ready to do the other side now, okay? So let's get ourselves set up, seated or standing here, okay? And in 3, 2, and 1. I want you to think of like a lawnmower cord, right? If you're pulling to start a lawnmower, right? That's the motion of your row. Try to keep the belly button pulled back towards the spine, okay? So your core is actively engaged here. I know sometimes it's a lot to think about, right? All these cues and everything, but I like to repeat them because it is a lot to think about, so. Even if you can't focus on all at the same time, sometimes a rotation of focusing on them helps get you there. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, weight aside, we're going back to lower body. We got our lunges or our alternating seated leg press, okay? I'm gonna do some without the use of my chair today. I don't normally do that, but I'm feeling strong. So here we go. Stepping back, lower down. Remember the importance of having space between left to right leg for balance, okay? Especially if you're not using a chair or anything like that. Good, we're almost there. Last 5 seconds. And time, okay. One more round through. Whew. And then we're on to our final block already. Okay, so single arm row. Take your drinks whenever you need them, okay? Let's get ready and begin. Elbow stays close to the rib cage here. Trying to keep the navel pulled back towards the spine as we pull that weight up and back. Think about how this exercise can translate into real life, being stronger through your lats. Say you need to help your grandkid get out of a swimming pool or something like that, right? A little grandkid, right? They need to help hand getting out, okay? And time. These are the muscles you're going to be using to lift and pull up and out, okay? Even something like picking up a laundry basket is the same idea, okay? So these exercises translate into real life too, okay? Other side, begin. You know how the old saying goes, use it or lose it, right? There's definitely a truth in that. This is our final set of single arm rows. We're past halfway. And then we're just going to finish off this block with our lunges or alternating seated leg press. Last 10-second of rows. Woo! 3, 2, and 1. All done with those, okay? Final set of lunges or alternating seated leg press. Hold on to your chair, either the front of it or the side of it if you need to, okay? Ready? And begin, okay? And go through your range of motion, okay? That could look different on different people, okay? So as long as you have that front foot, that heel is on the ground, then you're really able to focus through as we drive up through the leg and as we lower down the quadricep. Almost there, 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and time. Excellent. Go ahead and get a drink. All right. Last block. Last block. We are going to do 30-10. It's going to be abs. We're going to do some seated abs here, okay? So our first one is, I want to show you from the side because I think it's what's really important for this engagement is this hollowing, okay? This C curve. I'm really exaggerating here to show you what that scoop looks like, right? It's very different when I tell you to hinge and I tell you to keep all this nice and straight, right? Now I'm telling you to do the opposite. Now I'm telling you to not keep it straight and to curl it, okay? All right, so our first exercise is going to be straight leg lift. Okay, so I'm curled and leaning back. Point the toes and leg lift, okay? Second exercise, twist, twist, twist. So my feet are on the floor again, my knees are bent, and I'm twisting, okay? I should feel like a little bit of active recovery after those alternating leg raises, okay? And then our last one is the upper body. If you like here, if you want to keep a little dumbbell handy and you think you feel strong, go ahead and add a little bit of weight here, okay? So there are 3 chair exercises here, 3 rounds through, 30 seconds of work each, 10 seconds transition time, okay? So we're gonna start with that straight leg, alternating leg raise. Now, if you find keeping your legs straight is just too much, go to your knee. Okay, go to that knee raise, okay? All right, otherwise, let's get ready and begin. I'm scooped and hollowed out. I'm pointing my toe. I'm lifting that leg up. Again, if this is too aggressive, go to your knee to lift instead of your toe. We're almost there. 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right, shake it out. We got 10 seconds. We're gonna go to our twist next, okay? Feet are planted flat on the floor here. Okay, knees are bent. Ready? Here we go. Twist. Getting into the obliques here. Think about how this movement is similar when you're reaching back to put your seatbelt on, right? Ten more seconds here. And we're gonna go to a seated crunch. 3, 2, and 1, okay? Seated crunch is next, so we're gonna C curve and scoop back. This is our end position. We're gonna exhale up, okay? Option to hold your weight here. You don't have to though, you could just cross your arms in front if you want. We're trying to C curve and scoop and round the back here so that the abdominals do the work here. Three, two, and one. Excellent. Weight aside if you're using it. Round two, okay? We're gonna go back to that straight leg, okay? And again, if straight leg's too much, you can do a knee, okay? I'm still scooped back. Trying to point the toe. Feeling my lower abdominals engage here, okay? This is lower abdominal focus here. Three, two, and one. Okay, relax, recover, shake it out. Now we're gonna get into those obliques, okay? We'll do the side abs next with our Russian twist in 3, 2, and 1. Twist. Go at your own pace, okay? If you feel dizzy, slow it down, okay? Or stop a little early. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Now we're moving on to our seated crunch. This is our upper abdominals, okay? So lower, obliques, and upper, okay? All right, so we're C curved back here. All right, I've got some, my knees are bent, but they're not like 90-degree bent. That helps give me a little leverage when I wanna come up, right? Good, 10 more seconds here. 2, and 1. Okay, final set. Okay, final set. And then we cool down. Okay, so back to those straight leg raises here. Okay, alternating. I'm leaning back. Here we go. Think of those lower abs here. Okay. We're also strengthening our hip flexors here too, which this is always good. If you, so like say you have a hard time getting up the stairs, stronger hip flexors and stronger glutes are really gonna help with that. And time, all done with that one. Final set of Russian twists coming up, okay? Getting those obliques, all right, let's get ready. Here we go, twist. Keep it going, I just gotta fix my timer. Good, we're halfway on this one, and then we're gonna finish it off with our crunches. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, option to hold a weight for this one, but you don't have to, okay? I'm gonna C curve it out here, all right? And here we go. Again, so your knees are bent, but they're not 90-degree. It's a wider angle than that. Really think about using your breath. Okay, as you exhale, it'll pull you up. 3, 2, and 1. All right, guys. A little bit of everything today. I feel like that went by super fast. I hope you enjoyed it. We're gonna cool down now, okay? So let's just start with, we're just gonna go from the upper body all the way down to the lower. So we'll start with our neck and trap stretch. Okay, so gently just applying a little bit of pressure to the head and gently reaching down with the opposite arm. Deep breath. Good. Back to center. Let's even out. Do the other side. Reaching and gently pulling. Excellent. And relax there. Okay, we just got the upper area here. Let's go ahead and get below that with our pullover, standing or seated. You can always grab onto that wrist and lift it up, and slightly over. Okay. Feeling that whole stretch down the side body here. And same thing, other side. Good. All right, from here, let's go ahead and take our palms from one side and we're gonna arc it over and feel that spinal twist. We're gonna look over that back shoulder to the best of our ability and just hold and try to relax through it. Remember, the idea with our stretching is surrender, right? You're not trying to force anything into a posture. You're just trying to, feel a stretch and relax into it. All right, let's take those palms and arc them over to the other side here. Looking over that back shoulder, getting this thoracic twist. And back to center. All right, now we're going to do a forward fold. You can stand or you can be seated for this one. All right, you're just going to kind of like round forward. So whether you're seated or standing, I'm just going to show around. You're like rounding. See this? I'm rounding. I have a soft bend in my knees, okay? And this is ragdoll pose. If you grab onto either, what do you call this? Elbows, okay? And you just kind of hang here. You should feel this deep stretch through your spine. I'm rounded. I have soft knees. Okay, be seated if you feel a little like, your blood is rushing towards your head on this one. So be careful, okay? Feel that opening through the lower back here. And then when you're ready, release your arms and then one vertebrae at a time, very slowly roll it up. Okay, and roll the shoulders back a couple times here. All right, and we're just going to finish off with some flexing and pointing of the feet here, okay, to take care of our ankle health here. All right, so flex and point, average on like 5, and then do circles each direction for 5, okay? All right. Feet are our humble servants, right? Always taking us places here, so pay little attention to them here. Okay, excellent. Let's go ahead and take a deep inhale up. Exhale, palms to heart. And one more time, inhale. Exhale, palms to heart. Okay, guys, thank you for joining today. I hope you had a nice time and enjoyed the workout. And